Hello, everybody. Welcome to Purgatory. My name is Chase. I will be your host playing as Gavin, and we are joined today by Almost Lemonade member Ella.
Hi, guys.
Ella, tell us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, so my character's name is Colt Remmington III. He comes from a line of high elves. He is a professor of ecology at a university, and I had a name for the university and I totally forgot it. And he also comes from a long line of rednecks.
Awesome. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with how this works, basically we're going to improvise some things that Colt Remmington loves and hates, some things that Colt Remmington has done throughout their lifetime, and how Colt Remmington died. Okay. First one is down. Sorry, I have a quota me. Next, please. Next. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing.
Are you?
Welcome to.
You seem flustered.
It's okay. You're my second person ever. That I'm determining the fate of your eternity.
No pressure for you.
Or you. Welcome. I see here your name is Colt Remmington the Third. Is that correct?
Same as my daddy and my granddaddy.
Yes, of course. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I am a high elf. Uh-huh. I come from a long line of high elves. I also come from a long line of, I think the term that is most often used for them is rednecks. Yes. I love the land. I love the earth. I love hunting and shooting and living with the wildlife and the nature and everything.
Yes.
I was actually an assistant professor of ecology at Cellulose University.
What's ecology?
Ecology is the study of wildlife. Wildlife, the way that ecosystems interact with each other to create the world we live in. Well, not the world you live in, of course. I don't know how new you are to this whole.
I am about 45 minutes old.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have done a training of sensitivity.
Wonderful. Are you sensitive?
Nature of good and bad.
Oh, okay. So you're.
Well, I guess
curious.
An hour and 10 minutes now because I had a patient before, a client. Okay. I don't know what to call you.
You'll figure it out. I'm sure you're doing a great job.
I'm gonna look at your resume here.
Okay.
I see here that you really like sticky things. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Of course.
Interest for me?
Well, you know that I love the nature and I love the woods, and so I do love sticks.
Yes.
Sticky things.
Yes.
I like to take sticks home and I like to make things out of them, and I call them my sticky things.
Do you have like things you make with like
I would weave chairs. I made a whole dining set for one of my best buddy's neighbor's grandmother.
Oh. Okay.
It might have been the reason that she fell and broke her hip, but no one can trace that back to me. So.
Well, I can trace anything back to anyone ever.
I hope that you would not.
So, was it a purposeful?
Oh God, no. Just negligence, you know.
So what happened?
She just fell and broke her hip as she was sitting on a chair. And
so the chair broke, or?
Well, nobody really knows. The chair was broken at the end of it.
Was it a purposeful breaking chair, or
No.
It was just poorly built.
Well, that's rude. How dare you insinuate that I'm not a good craftsman?
Oh, I wasn't insinuating you're craftsman, just that chair.
Now I'm not even a craftsman to you. Good God.
I
ought to put you through another sensitivity training. Do you know that?
It says here you're a professor.
I am.
So.
Of ecology.
So.
Yes. Assistant.
So. You're not a craftsman. Or is it wrong? Can you have two professions?
Craftsman is the way I live my life. Oh, Professor is what I did to make my living.
Okay.
So that I could continue to go out into the woods and collect my sticks. and make my
Terrible.
sticky things.
Of course, I'm very sorry to offend. Do you have
You are.
a favorite sticky thing?
Probably my really sharp stick.
You're really sharp.
Well, I took a very nice stick and I just made it really sharp.
Okay.
And then it's very I can't tell you exactly what I use it for because I use it for a multitude of things.
Well,
you know, you can roast chicken on it. You can hunt with it. You can.
Is that what you use it for?
That's what I could use it for.
What do you? I'll have you to remind you that I do determine your fate for eternity, and I can sense if you're lying to me.
I'm not lying. I haven't lied a single time.
But I'm saying I can.
Yeah, and I totally could use it for all those things, and I'm sure I have on multiple occasions.
So what do you?
I told you I used it probably once for roasting chicken, and I probably used it once for.
What do you
for
mainly
hunting?
Use it for?
Stabbing whatever I gotta stab.
Have you killed anyone?
Depends on what you mean by anyone.
Like a sentient, intelligent being of the same stature or higher intelligence than you.
How intelligent do you consider the dumbass down the road? Because if his head was a greenhouse, every single plant in there was dead.
You know, I was curious about your death, but things are making sense now. I see here that you died while in prison. Did you get to prison from the stabbing? Or...
So now that I'm dead, I can't face any, like, legal jail time.
No.
Wonderful. Well, wait a second. You're a state mandated reporter, ain't you?
No.
No?
What kind of
reporter are you?
I'm not a reporter. I just determine where you go.
So you're reporting it?
No.
No, you're not telling anyone about what I did?
No, I mean, well, you have a record on file that anybody that works in Purgatory or God can access, but
we could have everything I did in there.
Literally everything, yes. So we're just asking for explanations of the things that you did to determine the nature of if it's good or not.
Yep. Funny enough, they got me on unrelated charges. I hadn't paid my taxes in damn near 15 years, which for an elf, not a whole long time, but there were some humans attending the university I taught at. There were some humans on admin at the university that I taught at. And so I guess they found out and they snitched and they got me into prison because I hadn't paid 15 years, which is like a joke. But that's how they got me.
Why didn't you pay the taxes?
Because I wasn't using anything. I was hunting. I was living off the land.
But you got caught while being a professor.
I wasn't using any of society's resources.
Okay.
Why the fuck? Can I swear?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm very sorry.
It's okay. I mean, we're looking for true, authentic versions of yourself.
Believe you me, ain't nothing here but me. Anyways.
Could you know what? I continue on with the living off the land.
Anyways, I wasn't using any of society's resources. I was not being a burden on society at all. I was not using societal water, food. I wasn't doing damn near nothing. I took care of my own. I sewed up. Look at that scar on my leg.
Oh,
I sewed that shit up using ant jaws. The way that people used to do when the world was good and right.
Yeah. So
I shouldn't have to pay taxes for that.
Okay, I can understand that. Now back to jail. Was it only for the tax charges that you went there?
They never found out about the bodies.
Yeah, and that leads back to the other question. How many people or elves or sentient intelligent beings have you killed?
You know, I have lived a very long life.
It says here 7.
Well, if that's the number that you guys have.
Do you have a different number?
I can't remember. I have lived a very long life. And if you guys know about 7 bodies, then there must be 7 bodies.
Well, it says here there's a few botched attempts. There's a couple where you thought they were dead, but they're fine now. There's one guy who, make it 8 now. Yeah, now you have 8.
Well, how long have I been dead for? Can you?
That is a tricky question. Technically, if we're looking at the world you live in, you died about 3 seconds ago. If we're looking at the general cosm of the universe, around 5 trillion years.
I've never been much of a math guy. Can you trace that 8th body back to me?
It literally just did.
Well, the guy died after I died.
But because of things that you did. I don't know.
If I died first, how could I have killed him? Because I died first.
So, if a guy's standing under a piano on a string, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he has a gun on you, and you chop the string, and he goes, "Oh shit!" Shoots
That's a
the
long-ass
gun,
katana.
and
How much?
no, the string goes up and down back to you. So the string's next to you, but it goes up to a piano above their head. They know it, but they're like shackled to the ground. You cut it, they shoot you. You did cut the string that's dropping the piano that kills them, but technically the bullet would go faster than the piano would drop, so they would kill you before you killed them. That's just a scenario.
Was all this covered in your sensitivity training?
How
do you know this?
That was a 3-minute portion of it, yes.
Very important.
I also have a bunch of case studies here that I can look up and look past.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that person ended up in Beethoven hell.
Are they being tortured by Beethoven?
In a sense, they loved music, but now they're deaf.
Oh, very
but
much
it's
like
music
Beethoven.
All around.
Tortured like Beethoven.
Yeah.
I gotcha. That's
Yeah,
funny.
so they're
That's
surrounded by.
You're funny.
Thank you. They are in Coachella right now.
A lot of assless chaps down there.
Yeah, they are very sex averse too.
What a wonderful time to only be able to see and not hear.
Yeah. Coachella is some people's heaven.
I would hate to meet those people.
Well, that might be why you get sent there. But tell me about how you died again.
Well,
I would love to know how you died.
You see, I was in prison.
Yes.
And as we know, I was an associate professor of ecology at Cellulose University. And there's not many universities in the area that I'm from.
Yeah.
And we did have one rival university, which, oh God, I don't even want to say the name. I'm really, it was Erythropoietin University, of course.
Yes.
Everyone knows the name everyone hates. There was, funny enough, a professor of psychology at Erythropoietin University that also was imprisoned for unrelated, we definitely didn't evade our taxes in similar ways or anything.
Were you friends with them, or were they like an enemy?
Oh, they went to fucking Erythropoietin University. We were not friends.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We were not friends. You best watch your mouth. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. We ended up at the same prison. They started talking about how the beauty of nature is just it's a what's that fucking psychology term? Placebo effect, and it doesn't actually have any effect on your mind. And I had just about had it, and I got in a apparently double homicide. I got into a fight that led to a double homicide.
So you two killed each other at the same time.
Correct.
Basically.
Correct. Yeah.
I see. I also
fucking prick. Have they been processed yet?
Well, they died after you.
there's more than one of you, isn't there?
Yeah, but they might come up later in the thing. But what was the name?
Freud.
Ooh, there's a lot of Freuds here. Yep, I see him here. Was it Sigmund?
I think it was Sigma.
There is a Sigma. There's also a Ligma.
Wait, are there pictures? Oh, it was definitely the first one. Yeah, it was the first one.
It looks like yes, he has been processed. Yes.
Where is it going? Can you tell me?
He is going. He is getting his cock slammed into a washing machine every 5 seconds while his toes are being sucked on by a overly large man. So he went to heaven for himself.
You mean to tell me that little freak was going to get his toe sucked?
Yeah, it looks like the guy that's doing it is in hell, though. But the person closing the washer is also in heaven. So
there's some freaks up there.
Yeah. Speaking of freaks, I see here that one day you woke up with a tire iron in your ass. Could you tell me about that?
Well, I would love to tell you about that, but truth be told, I think I was out with my friends that night, and there's some pretty potent stuff that I like to brew from some blackberries and some gooseberries and some raspberries and some berries, like out in my little thicket of forest back in my yard, and so we had a little too much of that, maybe a couple gallons. Couple like fish tanks full. Okay. Maybe 30 gallons between the three. It wasn't like too much, and we high elves, so we have really high alcohol tolerances. And I come from a long line of
So you weren't very drunk.
I don't remember the night.
So you got very drunk off of not a lot.
Off of like 10 gallons.
Which you said wasn't a lot for your kind.
I'm a bit of a
Okay.
I'm ashamed of it.
So you woke up with it with no memory of how it got there.
I have no memory. One of my friends did leave me a very flirty a note on a note card. I ripped it up and we haven't spoken of it since.
Well, you'll probably never get to speak to them about it, so that's good.
Wonderful.
You did make it through life that way. Where did you wake up?
In face down, ass up in my yard.
Okay. Did other people see it?
No, I live in a very secluded area.
Okay, so Freud didn't.
Oh God, no. No, Freud is like way.
So he didn't have a picture of it or anything?
What a weird question. Did he have a picture of it? How the fuck did you find that?
I have access to everything in the universe.
Oh my God. Was that posted anywhere?
Yeah. Yearbook.
Yearbook?
Earbook.
Earbook. What the fuck is earbook?
It's elf Facebook.
Oh God. Oh no, I didn't have internet. How I couldn't have known that.
It had 5 million likes, and a bunch of comments.
Oh dear Lord. Did my colleagues know about this? Wait, scroll down to the comments. Scroll down.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's my dean.
Yeah, they said looking pretty assy tonight.
Oh my God, no wonder they made so many comments about me being metal.
Yeah, this person goes, damn, Colt, respect. And I see here that
Is that my aunt?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was your aunt.
Oh.
I see here that one person who you probably know. So this is kind of for a lot of different things. I saw that you have a secret family. And it shows here that your secret wife commented on the photo and just said, "That's my man," and then a reply to that comment from your son that goes, "Mom, you gross, never again, don't do that," and then a puke emoji from your secret daughter.
Well, it makes sense why she brought, some poking irons and some, you know, assorted tools
Was this
into the
another use
bedroom
for the stick?
the next time. No, the stick never went up there.
Okay.
No, I had to keep it sanitary.
Sorry, continue.
I was a murderer, but I wasn't an unsanitary murderer. Of course. I didn't want to be tied down by a family, you know? I like being on my own, living off the land, feeling raw, feeling free, feeling manly.
Well,
you know?
I think the feeling of being raw is what got you 2 kids, yeah.
It's also what got me the tire iron at last.
That tracks, yeah. So how did you get into this secret family? How did that dynamic kind of work for not being tied down but still having a family?
Well, we know that I'm a lightweight. And so I met this wonderful woman. Her name was Dolly. Last name Parton. Actually, no relation. Thinking back on it, she may have given me a fake name. But we met at a bar. We had.
It looks like it's Sarah Smith.
I'm gonna call her Dolly.
Okay.
She also had the wig. She had the assets. She had the clothes. She had the makeup. Does it say her job?
It says McDonald's manager.
Does it say a secret second job? Dolly Parson impersonator.
Yeah. And the third is drug dealer.
All I was a job to her. That's all. That's okay. She gave a lot of jobs to me too.
So she was more your secret family than she was yours.
What? How do you mean?
Wait, so she was the one that wanted to keep it the secret more than you did.
No, I enjoyed the convenience of having a woman I could go to with my needs.
Yes.
I don't really care about the kids.
That was very apparent from your bio.
I'd get lonely some nights. And I had to take care of my needs. And Dolly took care of them for me.
Yeah, that I can understand that.
She took care of me real good.
Yeah.
Gavin, you're pretty young, right? You don't really understand what I'm talking about here.
I understand an inherent knowledge of the universe, so I get it, but not really.
That's okay. The right genderless being will come along for you in the future, and you will get it.
Get dick down?
I'll be praying for that for you.
I see here that speaking of long things that go into stuff, you like spines and spiny things. Could you tell me about, sticky things, spiny things, tire iron? It kind of seems like a trend here.
I like being poked. I don't know what you want me to say.
Okay. I also see that one time you ruined an amusement park.
Damn.
Is what it says there. Sorry, I'm running low on time. It's the industry is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I taking up too much of your time?
No, I have.
It's just my future that hangs in the balance.
Well, it's my job. So you ruined an amusement park. Tell me about that.
Kids nowadays cannot take a joke. And so sometimes when you and your buddies have a little too much very, 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 very cider.
Were you an alcoholic?
I was not. I was a lightweight.
Okay.
You cannot simultaneously be a lightweight and an alcoholic. Biological tolerance does not work like that.
Okay.
My buddies and I had a little too much very, 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 very cider. and we had decided that it would be a very fun idea to go to 13 Flags, which is the upside down version of what I think the humans call Six Flags.
Yes.
And so all the coasters are upside down, everything's weird and backwards, and we thought that it would be very fun to start spray painting everything. And so we started by spray painting just like a mustache on the captain of the boat, like the little boat ride, and then it progressed to spray painting some traditional looking elf genitals onto some rides, and then some orc You ever seen orc genitals? You want to pull that up in your little mind computer right there?
Oh God.
Spray painted one of those on the big sign at the front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ruined, I wouldn't say is the word.
Yeah.
I would say.
I'm sorry. It seems we're out of time. For the amount of allotted time that I have to determine your entire future.
Wonderful.
For all of eternity.
Great.
Now, it seems to me, in my understanding of the nature of good and bad, you were not a very good elf. You murdered a lot. You got arrested for tax evasion. You died in a prison fight. You put an entire amusement park out of business and blamed it on the fact that they couldn't take a joke. And you are a very sexual deviant.
You're goddamn right I am, Gavin. Give me some.
No.
Give me some.
No.
Please, Dolly kicked me out 5 years ago and I haven't gotten any sense.
And you won't get many more, really. I am going to send you to a certain room of hell where you are going to be trapped in a sort of glass container.
Freaky.
And you just have to watch other people hook up and then walk out of the room, so you don't get to see any of what happens, nor do you get to hear what they talk about. Enjoy. Okay, I'm going to backtrack on that. You're going to be in a room full of pointy things that can't quite touch you.
What? No! No, you can't do that. Listen, I was not a great person, but I tried my best. God damn it, I did my best.
And you're gonna have a live feed to Freud getting pleasured.
God, no!
A close-up on his toes.
My little elf penis is gonna shrivel up into my body. How dare you do this to me? You can't do this to me. I want to speak to your manager. I'm done. You fucking newbie. No.
Goodbye.